Peace. Greetings to you all. It's your brother Naheem, BKA Lord Abba, aka Mr. Just the Facts. Tonight we are doing a special program that we're gonna start doing weekly, catching up with Tamara. We believe that as the election draws closer, we need to really highlight our candidates, our reparationists that are running for office in the same way that progressives highlight their progressive candidates in the lead up to their election so that they could drum up all of the support that is needed. So without further ado, I want to introduce our sister Tamara Johnson-Shealy back to the platform. And tell us what's going on, sis. Let us know, how are things out there on the campaign trail, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, so I'm excited about this campaign. I want to thank you guys for, always giving me the opportunity to share. I'm just glad that we're in this moment together. It's like we're making history and we're all in this moment together. So I'm so proud and so happy to be a part of it with all of you. So today was a great day. It started out on the campaign trail early. I give this 100%. This is my job as to be candidate, which means that because we don't have a staff, when you have big money with your campaigns, you're able to hire people to do even, everything. So I'm really, really, really hands-on, which is not the best thing for the candidate to do, is to be so hands-on, but because we don't have the resources to hire, and guess what? I have the ability. So it's like, it would have to be somebody that's better than me at doing what I'm doing. And somebody that's better than me is going to cost us a whole lot of money.
I feel you.
So I do a lot of, I'm not big on Twitter, and I will talk about what happened today on Twitter in just a little bit. But I spend a lot of time on Facebook because I'm able to engage. It tends to be a more an audience of people that really want to talk and they want to have conversations. So I tend to spend a lot of time more so on Facebook and Instagram. I just share the visuals. So everything is going according to plan. We have a lot of foot soldiers. That's an exciting part. We really have a lot of people that really are supporting our campaign supporting our candidacy around the state. So I'm going to the post office a lot. We have people that are writing postcards. We're sending out postcards. We're on the radio in some of these rural areas. So we're making our way. And what people don't understand is the dynamics of this race. And I really want to break that down.
Okay.
There's 21 candidates in this race. There's 6 Republicans, 8 Democrats. But let me tell you something about those 8 Democrats. 2 of them, we don't know who they are. Their names on the ballot, but we don't know who they are. They haven't appeared at any of the forums. We don't, there's like these mystery people that are 2 Democrats. There's independent, Green Party, write-in, Libertarian, anything you can think of, it's in this race. And I'm excited about this race because it really gives the Georgia voters an opportunity to pick. Every candidate has something uniquely different about them. So there's a candidate on that ballot for everybody, which gives, if you do the math, 21 candidates, 4.5% or so. These votes are all over the place. So there's really no mathematical, we can't compare this race to any other race. There's nothing to compare this to. With this many candidates in this race, there's nothing to compare it to. So when people talk about polls are created, they create narratives. So they're polling who they want to poll, and the people that are paying for the poll, they're polling their candidate against another candidate to create a narrative about how this race might turn out. This is a probability based on this statistics on this group of people that they polled. I'll never get polled. I don't know if have anybody called you and asked you.
No,
you ain't got polled either. So
not at all.
there's so when people talk about polls, I never follow polls, and I want to go back a step. This is my 4th run for office. 4th run.
So you know what you're doing then, right?
Yeah, brother, do I? I don't have the bumps, the bruises. I got some receipts to show for this thing. I've done this before. And guess what? The Senate District 40, the state Senate District 40 that I ran for is predominantly white. So for me to come out of the gate in 2014 and get 37% against a sitting, entrenched Republican, and when Republicans themselves that ran against him couldn't get more than 20 some odd percent, for me to get 37% against this man, I knew that I knew something, and something was working. Came back again, 2016, 43.8% against this man. So I had made from 37% to 43.8. There was some real traction there.
That's right.
And if I did the same thing again and kept pushing and getting those numbers up, this race would have been a winner. It was a winnable race. And that's why in 2018, the Democrats put somebody in the race against me, because they knew that this was going to be a race that was going to be won in 2018. And it was. But I had nurtured that district. I had done all the work, all the footwork. I nurtured the district. I talked about the incumbent, and I fought him every step of the way. I did all the work for that district. So for me to now get into this statewide race, the only thing different is that I have a larger playing field. The game is still the same. I just have same game. I just have a larger playing field, but that is to our advantage, because I ran predominantly in those first three races in a predominantly white district. Now I got all of Georgia, and I have more minorities that are able to vote for, more Black people, more everybody that can hear me and receive a message, and those are votes that we can count.
Definitely. So, some things happened on Twitter today, and being that you brought it up and said that you wanted to speak about it, let's let the support in the chat first. I want to say is overwhelming. At the end of the day, we have a candidate who is running on the things that we say that we want to see from politicians. I don't understand any of the pushback to our sister. I mean, I can understand it coming from Warnock's team or Loeffler's team, or what's the other guy, the Republican? And I mean,
Collins. Yeah,
Colin. Now we could forget that slick talking devil. But let's just, even on the Democratic side, I mean, I see that what's his name, Ed Tarver. I was on an interview with him as well. Feeling out his energy. I was asked to come on. I jumped on. I ain't see no problem with it. But you're on Be the Power right now, so. Yeah, let's get into it. If you like, I mean, you could get into it as much as you like.
Yeah, and I do. I want us to talk about this. I want us to talk about this from so many perspectives, because let me say this. I love my ADOS family. I know we fight. I know we go through stuff, but you know what? I believe the love is real. So yes, ADOS Atlanta, it's to me, it's quite heartbreaking, because if it wasn't for ADOS Atlanta helping me to think through this early and be a support for me early, I don't know if I could have done this, because after running 3 times and giving it all I had and losing so much, even from my life perspective, I was homeless on the campaign trail in 2014. My husband left me on the campaign trail in 2017. So I've done this, and I've taken a lot of personal, I got a lot of personal pain for this. So to get back into another race, the encouragement from ADOS Atlanta was part of it. Like, I needed that. And we came out of the gate, and last year, so I'm a year into running. I'm not new to this. I'm a year into running. They supported me along the way, and I don't know what has happened internally, and I don't want to know, honestly, but I have been pushed away, and I don't know what that is. I don't know why that is, and they don't believe. This is the conversation. They don't believe or think that I can win, and it's not about believing or thinking. This is a time where we're creating. There's no data. There's nothing to show what we're going to do. We're now creating a blueprint for candidates that are going to come behind me.
That's right.
We will have there's going to be some strategies that work and that we'll be able to really help other candidates. I don't want to see, I hope that we use this opportunity to really support other candidates, because I never want another candidate to go through what I've gone through. And if we can be, we can help these next candidates that's coming along, use everything that I'm doing to do that. So they don't think that I can win. And that is the kind of the root of it. They don't think that I can win. And they've reached out to other candidates in my race. And I'm like, that is not how you play politics. This is not how the game is played. What we do is run our race, stay in our lane, finish what we've started, get to November 3rd. Prayerfully, this is a victory, and we can move on to a runoff, because if nobody gets 50% plus one, there will be a runoff. Okay. And if there's a runoff, we're going to have a runoff in January. So prayerfully, that is our path. But if it is not, here is the strategy. The strategy is our votes that we have. One of these two candidates they're going to need these votes. That's how we use, this is political leverage. And whoever picks up our agenda, if one of those candidates say, okay, I'm gonna take this reparations agenda and I'm taking it to Washington, that is the candidate that we ride with. So this becomes political leverage. This my race, if I don't win, becomes political leverage for the movement. So this was never about me. This was always about us as ADOS, and this was always about taking this agenda to Washington. So I don't know what's going on. It's disheartening, because I need the entirety of the movement to get behind me and support me, and I don't need to focus. And I made a decision tonight. After what happened today on Twitter, I'm done. I'm going to not be on Twitter until after this election, because it takes so much energy out of me. I had a great day. I was in the city of Atlanta today. I went to some salons and barbershops. This one girl who I know is a stylist, where a lot of people know her. She did a live with me today and introduced me to not only her friends in the industry that may not have known me, but her clients, her family, and her friends. I mean, I've had a phenomenal day on the trail today. And to have to come and fight my ADOS family, that's energy that I don't have. So I made a decision tonight, brother, that I'm gonna not get on Twitter until after this election. And I'm only going to come to our ADOS family through this broadcast, through you guys. I just don't have the energy. I want to focus everything, every bit of me. I want to give it to this race. And then whatever happens, like I say, if this is not a win, it becomes leverage for whoever will pick up our agenda and run with it. And that's where we're going to focus our energy and our power. Preferably it's a victory and we can do this ourselves. But if it's not, let's play politics, y'all.
That's right. That's right. Like my brother Logic says all the time, government is the game and politics is how it's played. And when you have someone like yourself that has the experience of running, and even someone like brother Logic who has actually ran and won, then I don't, and other ADOS family who have also ran and won and who are thinking about running, who have some political skin in the game. I don't understand how, we're not full-throated in support of you, but I am 100%. I'm going to move with my children. They are excited to put the flyers out. I've been telling them about it. And I'll say, I'm going to come get y'all. Don't worry. So we're going to go out this weekend, which I think is good because it's closer to the election. I'm trying to do stuff on my end by myself, but they want to go out and make some moves, and it's good exposure for them because one of my daughters, she's a young activist in the making, very intelligent, and I can't wait until everything comes to fruition, especially with your candidacy, because you are right here. You're someone that we can build with, someone that we can talk to. Maybe my daughter might say, Dad, I want to run for office. And I could say, hold on, I could call a sister and she could, and she could tell you all of the pitfalls and the highs and the lows, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is what we're supposed to be doing as family, as we prepare ourselves for strategically and politically to make ourselves more visible in this political spectrum. So, I mean, like I said, we see the love and support, all of these donations. that are coming in tonight are going to our sisters campaign. So thank you all. We ask that if you want to give a donation tonight, that you send it over to our sisters campaign so that she can have, I'm gonna put your, matter of fact, one of the mods, can y'all drop her link in the chat? And so that the people can donate, and also check out her page, check out her platform, because we went through Warnock's platform. We went through the other candidates. They're not talking what our sister is talking. She's talking what we're talking. So a part of this is confusing to me. And at the end of the day, we need politics done our way. And I believe that the only way we get politics done our way is by having candidates who come from among us. Point blank, period. I mean, some people are not gonna like it. It is what it is. I'm here. I'm right here. I'm rolling with my sister 1000%. So
thank you.
And we give our links. So
I think she has Lisa is putting it's the Tamara for Georgia. THE Tamara for Georgia. The Tamara for Georgia. Look for the flyer in that picture. So you'll see the actual flyer in that picture. So it's the THE Tamara for Georgia.
And that is Cash App. For the Cash App.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I don't.
Yeah. And can I address some of the comments in the chat, if you don't mind, brother?
Sure.
Yeah, she asked, was I offered strategies, data, and advice from the ADOS Atlanta chapter? I'm open to different strategies and advice and data. I actually had data for them. So here was my approach to how I thought my candidacy should have looked in conjunction with our movement. So when we phone banked, I gave Atlanta the metro area at ADOS Atlanta, all the counties metro to Atlanta, and I said, when we start making phone calls, or as we talk to people, always talk about the movement before you talk about me. Talk about ADOS, because there has to be a lot of political education about who ADOS is and why this is important before you can even introduce me as a candidate. So that's always been my approach with the phone bankers. Talk about those that are ADOS, because I have a lot of phone bankers that's not.
I'll just real quick. A sister says she's phone banking for you all the way from California. So I believe I know who that is, and I've heard that she has been killing it. We have our coordinator for the phone banking actually lives in New York. He doesn't even live here. And yeah, I believe I know who that is. And I heard that she's been really making a whole lot of phone calls. So I thank you. So, and I always encourage them to really talk about ADOS, talk about the movement, talk about who we are and what this is and why this is important, and then talk about my candidacy. And I'm just hopeful that, nevertheless, that was the way I was hopeful that ADOS Atlanta would move, and, we would work together, and it just hasn't happened. And I'm, like I say, they don't think, and that's the key word, they don't think that I can win. When you have Raphael, yes, thus far, I think he's raised like $4 million, but I can tell you, I have been to the most rural, most remote places where no candidate is going. Nobody's having a conversation with these people. And we're making connections that will get us these votes. We have a grassroots ground game. And I hate to talk about so much strategy online, because I know that this is public. This is going to be a video that's going to be out there. And now we're giving away all our campaign secrets online. But because of what happened today, I feel like I have to say something. And I don't want to, and I stopped, because I'm not going back on Twitter. I am done. I'm done with Twitter until after we get past this election. I really am. I cannot actually give it any energy, because I'm hungry. I haven't had dinner. I'm exhausted because I've been gone out, and I've been gone out all day, and I'm giving this all I have. I mean, I had the other day, honestly, I had like I was feeling like a little, like I'm tired, and felt like my body was kind of like, and I needed to stop, and I know I need to stop. So y'all got to understand that I'm giving this all I have. When this is over,
like I said, we'll have data. We'll have some specific data. We can tell you how many phone calls we've made. We can talk about how much money we raised. We can talk about how we spent the money that we raised, because we've been very wise with the way we spent money, very strategic. We can talk about what worked, what we think we could have done different. We're going to have a lot of data and a lot of information, but right now there's nothing to compare this to, nothing. So thinking and believing, we just have to stick together with this race.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I'm glad that the family is stepping up again. You know, I'm seeing the comments, I'm seeing the donations. They're coming in. Like I said, we're going to take these donations from this episode tonight and shift them over to our sister. Again, let's support our sister. I mean, I didn't come on here to do too much talking. I wanted my sister to come on here so that she could get, you know, just get it off her chest and build, because it's too late in the game for anything else but building first and foremost. If you wanted to have a fight, I guess you could have had that fight a year ago. You know, at the end of the day, we have somebody that's running on a platform that we say that we are about. I cannot fathom or understand anything else. And our sister has just laid out a portion of her plan. Like, let's get to the runoffs. And if you have a certain amount of votes, if she doesn't win, right? Then we can go and say, look, I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna back you. This is our agenda. This is our plan. We need you to speak on this. This is what my supporters want. This is what my supporters want. So I don't understand.
We're just in a very strategic position. We're in a very strategic position where we're gathering votes now that will be solidly ours, because these will be reparationists. These are people that want this movement. You know, they with us. They're gonna ride this thing with us. Like, so we're building a very solid base of voters. Like I said, if I don't win, whichever two candidates make it, they're gonna need our support. They're gonna need us. And this is where we have some leverage, and that excites me too. I might lose, so what? But I know that we can still get this agenda done. That's all I care about. That's all right. I care about. And what we're spending this money on right now is postage. Like, we're trying to get into these areas because there's mailers now being sent out in masses. And I'm making sure that we have some mail out there as well. That's direct voter contact. We're buying yard signs. I could tell you in the South, people like that. They call it swag, campaign swag, right? I know it's a little corny, but it's campaign swag, and people like yard signs here in the South. So I'm making sure we have, some yard signs around everywhere we can. And radio, we can't afford television, guys. That's way out of our league, but radio is working for us. So we're just trying to make sure we're everywhere, and we're talking about reparation. And I'm hammering Warnock, because Warnock is truly my competition. I mean, I don't look at Kelly Loeffler. Republicans don't like Kelly Loeffler. I don't know how she's going to fare, but I don't believe it'll be well. So I'm not really concerned about her. The money that she's spending on her ads, if you've seen them, they're like, I don't know what this is.
Doug Collins is going to be, that's who Trump is going to come out and support. So
yeah. Oh, absolutely. So, we, and even the base of people that will vote for Doug and Kelly, they're never going to vote for me. So I'm not even trying to get their attention. They're never going to vote. These are solid red people. They're never going to vote for me. So I'm not even trying to talk to them, or I'm not focused on them. These are Republicans. But I do talk to those that will hear this message of reparations. Y'all, we have a lot of white allies. Let me say that again. We have a lot of white allies. People inbox me and send me messages. They don't want to be seen. They like being in the shadows. I think about it like when Harriet was probably on that Underground Railroad. Imagine all the white people along the way where we was probably hiding under their porches, hiding in their attics. They was feeding us or pointing us in the right direction. We have a lot of white people that really understand that reparations needs to happen, and it needs to happen now. And they're there. And, I just feel like we're in a very strategic position. I'm happy that I've had the opportunity to run again. And those of you that have supported and are continuing to support, I thank you. And I think we're just in a good place. And I just hate that the energy today on Twitter was just so bad. And I just want us to I want us to do better and get past it. I'm a peacemaker, y'all. I'm not confrontational. I'm not somebody that'll come for you first. Like Raphael, I'm coming for him because this is politics, right? So I come for him. This is the game. This is how this works. He don't have no black agenda. He ain't talking about reparations, and he's standing in the pulpit of Dr. King, and you don't have an agenda for black people. When Dr. King said he was coming to get our check, right? He was talking about something. He was talking about something. So I got to do the work that he should be doing, Raphael, and he ain't doing it. So I come for him. But this is politics. But my personality, I'm a peacemaker. I'm not somebody that is confrontational. I mean, I laugh a lot, I smile a lot, and I'm happy. I'm a happy person. So I don't want to fight on Twitter. Let me just say that. I don't want to fight on Twitter. I don't want to fight my ADOS family. I want us to get to the finish line together. Prayerfully, this is a victory, but whatever God has whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be, we don't lose, we learn.
That's right. As the sister new, I think that's the sister new page says, people don't understand that is what it is about. It's about leverage. All wins don't look the same.
And I believe that this race will be, like I say, if it's not a win, it is leverage. And Warnock is a false progressive. He is definitely a centrist. Yeah. He's delivering us to the Democratic Party.
I mean, it's clear. We were gonna do a breakdown on Warnock. Brother Logic, jump in at any time, brother. We were gonna do a breakdown on Warnock this upcoming week. So I don't know if we're gonna do that this Thursday. I'm not sure yet, but we are definitely going to break Warnock down on Be the Power. That's a fact. That's a fact.
He said, well, I'm a hella confrontational, trying to learn to let it slide. I know. You know what? That's one thing I can appreciate, that we got some true warriors in this movement. And I'll tell you, I do appreciate it, but we just have to be mindful that we are not each other's enemies. Like, we're ADOS and we're family, and we got to work these things out in a better way amongst ourselves. Now, we could fight somebody else, but we have to figure out how to work these things out in a better way amongst ourselves. Like I said, I'm a peacemaker. I don't do this. I don't do this well at all. And when I get to the Senate, trust me, I'm gonna be trying to make friends. I'm gonna get them Republicans to do anything I ask them to do. I'm gonna make friends, y'all. So that's my personality.
Yes.
It worked for me all my years.
Yes, outstanding. I had business to attend to, so I apologize for coming in late. I just want to come in and congratulate you and commend your efforts, your courage, and your vigilance in your work that you're doing on this campaign, championing all of our hopes and dreams, and working on taking reparations and a Black agenda to Washington. Actually being the only national candidate, right, who has ADOS and reparations actually in their platform, right? People say that they are trying to people say they don't want a politician in the White House. They're trying to get reparations and ADOS in the White House. Well, I can only look at that as double talk, hypocritical language when you're not supporting the only candidate in the race who actually has it in their platform. It's not at the bottom of their platform. It's right there at the very first thing you see when you go to their issues. That it's at the top. It's at the capstone of their initiatives and ideas. You understand? So how can you truly be for reparations and a Black agenda and for ADOS politics, you ain't supporting the ADOS politician? That's hypocrite talk. That's agent provocateur language and actions, right? When you try to downplay the significance of a historical candidate in this moment, when you try to dismiss their efforts, when you try to play with this type of person and with this type of energy, the ancestors are behind this system. And the ancestors don't like ugly. You understand? So you explained, I've been listening, even though I have not had the opportunity to jump on it to just now, but I've been listening to every word. I didn't miss a word. You said everything was right and exact, especially when you talked about the runoff, especially when you talked about how this is building political capital for the ADOS community and how your race is actually building the leverage that even if you do not get voted in, your numbers and all the support that you do get is going to be what is going to be the attracting power to bring people and say, hey, look, that sister made us fight hard. That sister made us fight hard. So who are these ADOS people? We have to go see them. We got to talk to them because we're going to need them to get to the White House, right? That's what people don't understand. But some people, they don't want to be ADOS reparationists. They like to talk the ADOS reparationist talk, but they don't want to do the walk. They're nothing but captured Democrats that say that understand that they're ADOS. They understand that. They understand the wealth data and all that, but they don't understand the commitment it takes to manifest reparations. They still want to go be captured by corporate Democrats, centrists, and everything they're doing is counter-revolutionary to this transformative justice that we're trying to bring about. And they don't even understand how they're enemies to the cause of uplifting their own people. You understand? So when we see these type of things, we have to be able to separate the chaff from the wheat. And we're not going to play no games about this because politics is a serious business. This is warfare. We're fighting to fulfill a legacy that was stolen from our people. When you got a sister who has courage enough for the truth and who is stepping out there on faith, who says, you know what? I don't care how many times I fall, I'm getting back up and I'm picking up the torch and I'm getting back on the track. I'm getting back in the fight. Everyone should admire that. Everyone should want that in their own candidate. I don't know what people are doing in this space, but some people are serious and some people are playing games. And you have to separate the adults from the children. You understand? Because some people are about serious business and some people are about silliness. You understand? And they think that because they have been in, this is something, I don't want to talk too long, but I missed a whole lot of the show and I got a lot to say and a little time to say it. Some people have been playing out of the Losers Handbook. How do we know it's a Losers Handbook? Because we ain't got nothing all this time. So they want to keep running the same loser political plays from the same loser political handbook they've been running for 20 years, 30 years, or however long they've been in the game. You've been taking L's and losing your whole entire political careers. But when now something new, something fresh comes about, you're intimidated, you're scared, you don't believe in it because you don't have no real conviction. That's what's wrong with them. They don't have no real conviction. They run on anything, scared to lose. This is not scared business. We're in this to be reparationists. We support the sister Tamara Johnson-Shealy for Senate, and we're gonna continue to support her. And our support is going to be perpetual for all. And it's the same, because what we're doing is what are we basing our support on? What the actual issues of the platform is. We have identified she is the only candidate with it in her platform. What is anyone else talking about? It's time to stop talking politics and playing politics and get serious about this game called government. Tamara said, and totally explain how y'all are playing a game and it's not how it's played at all. That's not how you play this game. What y'all are doing is like some agent provocateur stuff, trying to keep ADOS people captured to a party that's not going to do nothing for us. What sense does it make trying to support Warnock when this man is running off of a legacy from Dr. King, who was assassinated by white supremacy, and he don't got no type of Dr. King politics. He don't even have time to mention reparations in his platform. He's absent in the void of any black agenda in his platform. He didn't even take time to write it out and put his own life and spirit into his own platform. You can read it and tell someone else wrote it. You understand? So how do you support someone like that over the sister? You want to tell me establishment, go along to get along politics is the answer. That is not the answer, and it's the reason why we've been losing all along. That's what I got to say. Support the sister. She will be on. We're going to continue to be bringing her on, and we're going to close this election out strong. So ADOS family, we love y'all. Let's do this right thing. Let's not miss this historic moment to support this sister as she runs for United States Senate. Sister, stay strong, finish strong, and you know how we do it with Stay in Contact. We'll keep bringing you on, and we're going to stay close. Peace, family.
Thank you.
Definitely. So I'm not going to keep you, sister. I'll let you have the final word. I'm just going to let the people know. I mean, it's 34 days to the election? 34 days, family. This every one of these episodes should just be support episodes. Like, sister, tell us what happened today. What you doing today? Because me and mine, we're about to get out there and start making moves and beating our feet. And this city, I've already done it. I've already talked, handing flyers to people directly, talking to them, masked up and all. Yo, this sister right here is supporting what reparations for our people, supporting the things that we need, to move forward. We need y'all on election day to go vote for this sister right here. And now I'm about to get my children involved. So to the person in the chat, Killmonger 404, no, you're not a Killmonger, first and foremost. Stop it. That negative energy, I mean, it's not gonna work here. You know, like we watch a Lovecraft Country. What's that song about Shirley Caesar? Satan, we gonna tear your kingdom down. And negativity is the spirit of Satan, and we tearing all of that down. This is politics. This is the first time, like my brother Logic said, this is an historic moment that we're in right now. We have somebody that is laying out a blueprint for us. Win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw. And we have to go down to the very, very end. So I'm rocking with you, sister, from here on out. I already said that. I ain't got to keep saying it. I mean, my actions will speak for me. So close us out, sis.
So thank you, ADOS family, for all the love and all the support. You know, this is a very winnable race. We are absolutely making history, and let's do it. I mean, we're so close. We're really here. We're really at the finish line. We're really at the finish line. We can see November 3rd. It is right there. We can touch it, and let's stay together. Let's stick together. Let's work together. Continue to donate. Like I said, we're doing postage right now. We're doing radio. We're doing yard signs. We're doing the things that work in Georgia. A lot of these rural areas, guys, don't have access to the internet. They don't have the capability of going on and seeing this great broadcast. They don't have it in these rural areas. So we have to make sure that we reach them, you know, in ways that work. So we have a race to win. And I just want to thank you. And I appreciate you. And you will find me here on Be the Power. I will not be back on Twitter until after this election. So as we continue on with this campaign, you will talk to me here, right here on Be the Power. And I appreciate you guys for lending this broadcast to the campaign.
Definitely. Honors, sis. Honors. Thank you for coming on and sharing with the family. Something that we didn't have to do. You know, some people want to get on Twitter and act crazy. It is what it is, but we're in a fight. And that fight is going to have to be had on all sides. So if you want to put it in the public, then it's going to be addressed publicly, point blank, period. So thank you, Sister Tamara, for coming on. We appreciate you. We will continue to support you. We're asking everybody to continue with the support of our sister, Tamara Johnson-Shealy, our ADOS U.S. Senator. With that, I say peace.
Good night, everybody.